Hey guys, welcome back to Amara and Kene. My name is Kene. I know you're wondering why Amara is not here. Well, she's around. She'll be the one to complete this video. So let's get straight to the topic of the day. So we'll be taking you guys on Ielts reading today. Yeah, after Ielts writing, reading is another part that's a bit tricky, which needs to be addressed. So some of our viewers have been asking about IELTS reading, and today we decided to give you guys some of the tips and then discuss one section of it, which is matching heading. So we'll be discussing matching heading, which will be handled by Amara, and then subsequently we'll be taking every topic, every section, we'll digest every section. But today we'll be dealing on matching heading and the tips that you need to know for you to excel in IELTS reading. So guys, if you are new here, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. It's necessary. And then please go back to our previous videos, watch them and like them. Now another good thing is we've also created a playlist for IELTS. If you go there, you see IELTS writing playlist. Of course, we'll be creating another playlist for IELTS reading, listening, and then speaking. So we promised you that we're going to get you all the materials you need for you to ace IELTS. So yes, that's what we're doing. So today I'll be giving you tips, and one of them is you have to get used to reading. It's very necessary. If you're not the type that reads, please, you need to cultivate the habit of reading. It can be anything, newspaper, publications, it can be anything. Just read, so that when you enter the exam hall, it won't be a new thing to you. Someone that's used to reading, if you see a long passage, believe me, on the day of the text, you're going to see like 2 passages on 2. You read. There's lots of them for you. So please ensure that you read. Get used to reading. Then another time is, I need to remind you, you have only 1 hour to answer 40 questions in there. So that 1 hour, it's not a lot, but if you know what you are doing, it's enough for you to write. So these tips we are dropping today will definitely guide you, but I must tell you, everything lies on you. Depends on the band score you want. That depends on how hard you're going to read. If you want band score 8 and above, you need to read practice on your own as well. So another thing is you need to learn how to skim and scan. That long passage, I'm not sure you need to read all of them. Skim, scan, look for the keywords in there that will lead you to the answer. So then another thing is read the question, then go and search for the answer in the passage. There are some questions you will see. You need to read the question first. You see some keywords, then go to the passage itself. That keyword will help you. But another thing you also need to consider is they tend to paraphrase those passages. So you may see some in the question, but on the passage you'll be seeing few. They're confusing you. So you'll be busy looking for some. Meanwhile, they paraphrase it to few. Do you understand? So you need to know how to paraphrase. Just read the question. Once you read the question, look for the keywords there. Go down there. Most times, those keywords are paraphrased on the passage. So ensure that you look for them using both the real word and the paraphrased word. Now, another thing is that you also learn how to read fast. If you are the type that you must read all the passages before you can get the answer, that's up to you. But then you need to read it fast. If you don't read fast, if you are 1 hour to answer 40 questions, which most of the questions you have to read, it's not enough. So you need to learn how to read fast. Then another one is learn how to use grammar correctly, because there are questions that will require that sentence is grammatically correct, such as summary and sentence completion section. So you need to learn how to use your grammar correctly, else you may not get your answer correctly. Then you need to learn to always practice, and please set time. Practice at home. They say practice makes perfect, Abi. So you need to learn how to practice at home. And please, since the exam is 60 minutes, which is 1 hour, set time to 55 minutes. That 55 minutes, at least you use the extra 5 minutes to go through your answers. Cross-check them with that extra 5. If you use all the 60 minutes to write without cross-checking your answers, once you hear submit, don't write another thing. If you do, well, I won't tell you what will happen, but then please make sure that both when you are practicing at home and on the exam day, make sure you use 55 minutes. Use the other 5 minutes to scroll through your answers, check them, check for spelling errors. Do you get? Then another thing you also do is this: make sure you write your answers on the answer sheet. Do not write on the question paper. You may not have time to transfer them back to answer sheet. So please write your answers on the answer sheet. And then another thing is I recommend you write in capital letters. You know, there are some words that before you write them, the first letter there has to be capital letter. So to avoid you didn't know if the word is starts with capital letter or I, please just write everything in capital letters. Everything in capital letters. That way you've avoided the issue of you don't know this one started with a capital letter or started with small letter. Then another thing is I'll need to list the tax type. There are so many of them. You are going to meet them on the exam day. So there's multi-choice question. That's actually my favorite. There's multi-choice, and then there's also identifying information as true, false, not given. This is another tricky part. There's true, false, not given. There's yes, no, not given. And then identifying writer's view and claims. That's the yes, no, not given. Then matching information. That's another task. And then matching headings. Matching headings is the one that Amara will take you guys on today. Then on our next video, we're going to choose one of the tasks or two and also discuss. So we are going to exhaust all the tasks on reading. If you're able to do it and if you're able to watch this video and understand it very well, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't get band 8+ in your reading. Then another one is matching sentence ending. Then there's also a sentence completion. That's also one of the easiest one there. Then short answer question and summary completion. So if you want to write Ielts and you need your band 8+, please, I beg you, follow all the instructions we'll be giving you. We've written the test and we maxed it. So I'll be inviting Amara to take you guys on matching heading. Don't go anywhere.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Amara. Now going straight to matching heading. Now matching heading, in this case, you are given a list of headings usually identified with lowercase Roman numerals I, IV, etc. and referring to the main idea of the paragraph or section of the test. Now these Roman numerals are referring to the text that has been given to you. They are all scattered, and most of the time they are always more than the sections or paragraphs that have been given to you. Now they give you a paragraph and label them alphabetically, A, B, C, D, E, F. You know, each paragraph will be labeled. Then what they require you to do is give a general theme or a heading of what a particular paragraph is talking about. So if you look at paragraph A, what is the whole write-up talking about? That's where you pick your answer from the Roman numerals, then you write it in your answer sheet. You want to get a general idea of what each paragraph is all about. Like I said, usually there are usually more headings than the paragraph, and you're not required to use more than one heading. Each paragraph has its own heading in there. You don't need to use you can't. Most times you feel that, oh, there are two answers, or this particular answer matches two paragraphs. No, each paragraph usually has its own answer. One or more of the paragraph may be missing. You might find some answers there that there are no headings there that there are no paragraphs for it, while there are some paragraphs that they've already been been solved already. That's the solution to it has been done already. As an example, you just go ahead and find out which you are required to do. Okay, now this task type, it contains paragraph with clearly defined themes. The paragraphs already have what they are referring to. You need to figure out what that paragraph is all about. The test is the ability to recognize the main idea or the theme in the paragraph or sections of a text, and to distinguish the main ideas from the supporting one. Now, when you see the text requiring you to match heading, what do? What's the first thing to do? Now, what I do is what I'll be sharing with you, and I'm recommending this solution to you. The first thing I do is I pick a paragraph. Let's say number 1 is paragraph A. Go and look for the heading for paragraph A. I go to paragraph A. I read paragraph A. After reading it, I go to where the list of headings have been placed. Now, after reading paragraph A, I have a summary of what it is all about, what it is referring to. So I go to the heading and I search for it among the ones that have been listed. There is no way you will not find a summary of what that paragraph is talking about. So what I'm suggesting is you pick the first paragraph, you read it. When you get a general idea or a theme of what this paragraph is talking about, you go to the list of headings and you look for your answer. Do not waste so much time trying to get an answer. If you don't find for paragraph A, please move to paragraph B. You can always come back to it. If you don't get an answer, if you feel you're getting confused with paragraph A, you move to paragraph B and look for it there. Most times, some people will tell you just read first sentence in a paragraph and the last sentence and you find your answer. Yeah, it works most time, but it doesn't work all the time. At times, the general summary of it is in the middle, and I'll give you an example to this effect. It's in the middle. So that's why I usually suggest you quickly skim through the paragraph, get the general idea of the paragraph, then you go and look for the heading. Now let's give an example and solutions to this. Okay, we'll be using this passage that I've brought out. It contains 4 paragraphs and 7 headings. Now, 3 of those headings are the answers are not there. So we're going to be working together to find out which headings belong to these 4 paragraphs. I've labeled them number 1, A, B, C, D, number 1 to 4. Then we have headings from number 1 to 7. Now this is the first paragraph, paragraph A. You don't need a sat-nav to drive to Oimakon. From Yatusk, you cross the Lena River and simply follow the M56 all of the way before taking a left at Tombo for the final few kilometers. The journey takes 2 days of hard driving, 2 days of glistening landscapes, frozen rivers, and untouched snow. 2 days of endless forest and breathtaking beauty. 2 days to penetrate the heart of Siberia and reach the coldest inhabited place on earth. The beauty surprised me. Siberia isn't known for its pleasant appearance. It's always build a place of hardship, but known for its pleasant but for hour after hour, the wintry wonderland was bettered in a crisp, clean sunshine, presenting a continuous panorama of conifer trees withered in silence and snow. Now, after reading this paragraph, what do you think your answer would be? Now, these are the list of the headings right here, 1 to 7. What do you think is your heading in this paragraph? Looking at it, if I had read just the first sentence, I wouldn't have gotten my answer. You don't need a sat nav to drive to Amara Kene from here to because I don't think there's an answer there. Then you go to the end part, but for hour after hour, the wintry wonderland was bettered in a crisp, clean sunshine, presenting, there's a little bit of the answer there. But I figured the answer is actually in the middle, which says, the beauty surprised me. Siberia isn't known for its pleasant appearance. The beauty surprised me. The writer says the beauty surprised. So if we check out the listing here, I would go through it. More snow than anywhere else in the world, a contrast to the landscape, the effect of going out, animals that can survive the cold, better than its reputation. I would pick V, Roman numeral V, as my answer, because the passage is saying the beauty surprised me. It isn't known for its pleasant appearance, better than its reputation. Pleasant appearance. And if you note, the pleasant appearance ticked me off to select an answer for reputation. There's this they go hand in hand. It's beating its reputation, pleasant appearance. They won't give you a straight on point heading where it will be easy for you to find. They won't make it easy for you to find. They will restructure the heading or restructure the answer. They'll make sure the passage, they have similarities, but they won't be the same, just so you don't have it easy. So you have to think outside the box. You have to, what other word can go with this? If I had started looking for repetition, you won't see repetition there in that question. There was no repetition there. So you should know how to change the structure of the sentence. Okay, it's going to come in another way, in another form. Then you go and look for your answer. Now let's go to paragraph B. In case this paragraph A is still unclear, maybe paragraph B will work for you. As we left the flat plain, the road began to twist and turn, leading us into untouched hills and on towards the Verkhoyansk mountain. Beneath their snow-clad peaks, the slopes became steeper and the valleys deeper. Down in a valley, we stopped to look at the hot spring beside the road. It was immediately obvious, against the snow, a spot shrouded in heavy mist. Trees emerged from the strange haze as ghostly silhouettes. Now, what would your answer be? From the first sentence, it's already clear to me. Checking out this heading, from the first sentence is clear. As we left the flat plain, the road began to twist and turn. What does it mean? A contrast in the landscape. So I'm picking Roman numeral II. It's talking about landscape, how there's a contrast in it. It says there's a twist, there's a turn, leading to untouched hills and on towards the Verkhoyansk mountain. Beneath their snow-clad peaks, the slopes became steeper and the valleys deeper. All these are terms on landscape, and there's a contrast on it. I don't know if I'm communicating, if I'm actually making sense. So here now, it's easy to have gotten the answer from the first sentence. like I said, they won't come out and tell you contrast and landscape directly in your paragraph. They are going to twist it for you. But as far as you can be able to find synonyms or similar words or change in structure of words, then you're good to go. Let's take paragraph C. Despite the magical ambience of Siberian wilderness, its reputation for hardship hit me every time I climbed out of the vehicle. Within less than a minute, the skin all over my face began to feel as if it were burning. If I wasn't wearing my 2 sets of gloves, I rapidly lost the feeling in my fingertips. I leaned very quickly not to draw too deep a breath because the shock of the cold air in my lungs invariably set me off on the extended bout of coughing. Siberia in winter is a world barely fit for human habitation. This is a place of such searing cold that it bites through the multiple layers of clothing as if they aren't there. When you check this, after reading, you go through the summary. What I've gotten from here is, man, there's serious cold in Siberia. The summary here I'm saying is, there's cold in Siberia. Even after wearing multiple clothes, it still pierces through the layers of those clothing. As soon as this writer stepped out of the vehicle, he experienced cold. As soon as he stepped out, even if it wasn't a vehicle like it was mentioned here, let's say as soon as you step outside of the house or of the habitations there in Siberia, there's cold. So I've gotten a summary there. If you check the headings, there are so many things related to cold here. Like, for one, Roman numeral 1, more snow than anywhere else in the world. They didn't mention anything like more snow. Yeah, they mentioned it's very cold, but they didn't mention snow. So don't be carried away by the word snow there. Now, we go further. I would pick Roman numeral III, the effect of going outside. Why? The first sentence there did it for you. Despite the magical ambience of Siberian wilderness, his reputation for hardship hit me every time I climbed outside of the vehicle. So each time he goes outside, they didn't put vehicle there. You see, they didn't have to put vehicle there. Every time I climbed out of the vehicle. Now the out, they made it outside. Each time he stepped out of the vehicle, there is cold. So the effect of going outside is what? Is cold, which is the summary, the theme behind this paragraph. You see that? They won't come out and give you the word directly. You should be able to read through the paragraph and realize they've twisted some things, they've pointed out some. That's why I said it's necessary to get to read through the end very fast at times to get a summary of what it is talking about. You need a summary of what it's talking about to be able to find it. I got a summary that each time he steps out of his vehicle, there is cold. So what is it? The effect of going outside is what? Is cold. Now, for the final paragraph, Oimakon is a quiet little town, the world's coldest, of about 500 inhabitants, with its own power station, a school, 2 shops, and a small hospital. It probably originated as a seasonal settlement where reindeer herders spent the summer on the banks of Indigrica River. Look at this. Oimakon is a quiet little town. It's talking about the town now. The world's coldest, of about 550 inhabitants, with its own power station. It went ahead to list some of the things that can be found there. Now, it probably originated as a seasonal settlement where reindeer, If I go through the headings, as you're seeing now, you would want to say very few facilities and buildings. Please don't be deceived by the the school, 2 shops, small hospital that was listed there. It might want to make you feel that that's the answer. But if you look closely, it talked about the presence of Amara Kene. Amara Kene is a quiet little town, the world's coldest, of about 550 inhabitants. That's the presence of that town. It's talking about the present. Now, if you check the ending part of this paragraph, it says it's probably originated as a seasonal settlement. It's talking about the past. Now, this paragraph gave us both the present and the past of this town. Why I would choose VII, Roman numeral VII, or Amara Kene's past and present as my answer. The past and the present were given. So that would be answer. In summary, what I'm trying to let you know is you should be able to summarize what a paragraph is saying, what it's talking about, the theme of that paragraph. That way, you'd be able to choose a heading. I wouldn't advise you go and read the headings first. Maybe you pick Roman numeral 1, then you go and look for it. No. Why wouldn't I suggest that? Because most of the time, the Roman numerals are more than the paragraphs. So you might go and pick a numeral that is not that doesn't have a paragraph. So you'll be wasting your time. By the time you read paragraph A, B, C, D, E, F, and you find out the answer is not there, the paragraph that has the heading is not there, then you go to Roman numeral 2, you've wasted your time. So I suggest you read the paragraph, you pick a paragraph first, read it, get the summary, then go to the listing of the heading, then you look for your answer. Summarize it, get the main point, get what they are trying to look for there, then you go ahead, summarize it, then you get your answer. Don't forget, more practice. You need to practice. The more you practice, the more you'll be able to get it. I hope I've been able to help you. I'll be making more videos on true, false, not giving, no, yes, not giving, and other tax topics on reading. So you don't miss out, please turn on your notification bell so that each time it drops, you will be informed. I'll see you next time. Bye.